All right, Anantha Desikan, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right, from ICL.
ICL.
Explain what you do.
ICL should be a name brand by now, at least at Thrive, right? Yes. ICL is a global specialty chemical fertilizer company headquartered in Tel Aviv, Israel. I'm based in New York, and we are, believe it or not, a 100-year-old company. Started 100 years ago with founders harvesting the salt of the Dead Sea. So we are a commodity specialty fertilizer company harvesting potassium chloride from the Dead Sea, bromine and bromine derivatives going into industrial applications, and surface mining of phosphate that go into specialty food applications and also fertilizers and industrial applications. So it's about $7 billion in revenue, 12,000 employees, and with global operations.
Talk to me about partnerships. How important are they to you?
I think I've talked about this before here. Partnership is the core of our innovation and also our commercial activities. But in terms of innovation, we for the last 10 plus years, we've really established a very robust open innovation program where we started with early stage funding of research with academics in very front-end innovation activities, which then evolved into partnerships with startups again, with joint development projects and things like that. And then in 2021 or 2022, we established ICL Planet Hub, which is our version of our corporate venture capital. It's not a CVC in the traditional sense because we make very strategic investments where we align our investments with our businesses. And we've made investments in the food and ag tech area based with, and that we make investments with the objective of either partnering to go to market with a solution with a startup or helping them scale. So that's kind of our what we've done in partnerships.
I've seen a number of examples where a big corporate has a venture arm and a company is really excited to work with them because it seems like a great strategic investor who's going to help them grow, and then it turns out that the left hand is not talking to the right and they don't deliver on the actual strategic part of it. So how do you not do that?
I'll be lying if I say we don't have that, right? But still, I think we start with really identifying the unmet needs of our businesses. So we spent a lot of time understanding what the unmet needs are. And that helps us both. I think we heard from a colleague from Corteva also, right? Like in the sense, we start from understanding what the needs are, and then we try to match the startups with these unmet needs. We kind of also safeguard early stage, too much of chaos in the early stage interactions by working closely with them with either our open innovation arm or the Planet Startup Hub. And then as the thing progresses, the business is always integrally involved, and so they can scale it and take it into the business. That's kind of our goal in terms of the metrics and things like that we care about.
Yeah. I would imagine a company like yours has to invest in startups and has to be out there because big companies just can't always innovate in the same way that small companies can.
Yes, and I think I'll give you an example, right? Like, so almost 6-7 years ago, we started working on the biological space. And at that time, we did not have capability or expertise inside our company. And we focused mainly on academic partnerships, startup collaborations. And being in Israel, we were exposed to a company called Evogene, where we started doing open innovation type sponsored partnerships for specific targets. R&D initiatives and things like that. And that evolved into an Evogene, Lavi Bio spun out of Evogene, and they were really focused on biological fertilizers using computational techniques and things like that. And that, because of our partnerships, we were able to make an investment with our investment arm, a significant investment where it was an equity investment plus an R&D investment where we had a roadmap of developing 2 products together to go to market. And in April of this year, we acquired Lavi Bio to actually accelerate our entry into the biological space and also bring in computational aspects that we did not have inside our company. So I think AI is the buzzword here.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's kind of our entry, how we use AI with partnerships for the discovery part, and now with this acquisition, we have a critical mass where we can do certain things inside the company as well.
What kinds of holes are you trying to fill right now? What kinds of companies are you looking to invest or partner with?
Another example is, I think Eyal is here from Agri somewhere. He's right here. So again, next to what we did with Lavi Bio, we're looking at biostimulants in general, both biological and chemical small molecule biostimulants. So the partnership with Agri, what we've done similar actually, an equity investment with an R&D investment where with their platform, they have an AI platform for discovery of small molecule biostimulants. And that is, again, a 1 year or a 2 year partnership. We are at the 2 year anniversary, I think, now, where they have developed candidates based on our needs. And again, the roadmap of commercial development from the ICL side. And we are at the milestone of actually selecting candidates as we speak, I think, of candidates that we can then go and test in the market. So I think that's the front end part. At least we have a couple of examples in the agriculture side. We also have a significant food business, food ingredient business, where I think AI has been trailing a little bit in terms of the discovery aspect of things. So we are open to partnering with companies in the discovery part of food ingredients in specific areas that we are interested in. And
like which ones, if I could just stop you for a second?
So we have functional ingredients is what we are looking at. And we have a significant business based on phosphates that go as functional ingredients in meat, poultry, seafood, alternative proteins. And we want to expand our area, bring in clean label ingredients, and expand our area into functional aspects. So that's kind of where our focus is. We have another colleague here. If anybody wants to talk to us about functional food ingredients, we're happy to talk here or later. And but I think we also heard about this in the panel, I think, with Danny, is what we see is the discovery part is nice, but I think the time to market is still long in terms of in agriculture. We heard about it 5-7 years. I think the holy grail and what we are looking for is how can we accelerate that part of the testing, maybe the use of digital twins or synthetic field trials in the agriculture space, where we can then reduce the time to market. And that, I think, in the end, the discovery is there, and then but still we have to do the hard part of validating the products in the field trials and all that stuff. I think that's an area where we are quite interested in partnering with companies which have capabilities and things like that. Yeah.
Interesting. And so, but I was taking this a different way, which is that if you discover someone, you can actually get them to market a lot faster because you are this $7 billion company.
Yes and no, right? Yes, we can take it to market. We have the force field capability, but we still have to do the trials.
Yep.
So that is a long period. I think PJ talked about it. That's the Agri playbook that he's authored, and so that's kind of where I think we are looking for how can AI help, for example. Yeah.
Digital twin has been a buzzword or a buzz
for a long
term
time.
for a while now.
Yeah.
Do you see the promise of it yet?
I think so. I think on this front, we have a startup within ICL which is focused on using agricultural data to digitize information. So it's a kind of a wholly owned startup which is not linked to our crop nutrition business. There, they have started thinking about digital twins and things like that. So that's an area where I think is emerging, but I would be faking it if I said I know enough about digital twins in this area, right? But this is I think a real need for us. If the CEO looks at working with Agri and says, okay, you're going to bring a product to the market 2 years from now, right? And then we say, no, it's going to take us still 5 years to do that. Right. And that's kind of the pain point, I think. Yeah.
No, it is the holy grail, right? If you can see through the computer.
At least accelerate it, yeah.
Accelerate it. If somebody is interested in working with you, what's the process?
So we have, I think ICL Open is our open innovation arm. If you go to iclgroup.com, you can find more information on ICL Open. We have a couple of colleagues here. Ziv Kohav is here from ICL Open. You can connect with me. And then we also have ICL Planet Startup Hub, which is our investment arm. Again, it's available online. You can go to ICL. You can see information about Planet Startup Hub. We are the conduit, like Ziv, myself, Ratna here. our conduit to this thing, and we can definitely work with. And we are quite engaged with Thrive in terms of talking to startups. And I think a couple of our colleagues were judges in these pitch contests and things like that. So we're quite engaged, but you can reach out to us in that sense. Yeah.
What are some of the most exciting ideas that have come by?
I think I've mentioned in today's, I've mentioned the Lavi Bio Agri Match aspects. We're working with a food ingredient company called Plantable. I think many of you are familiar. They're based in San Diego. We've invested in actually doing a go-to-market collaboration with them. Another example is a partnership that we have done with a Japanese food ingredient company called Sproutex, where it's a germination technology that we are again taking to market in Europe. As we speak, we are doing formulation testing. So these are some of the examples in the agri-food area that are quite exciting.
Do most of these companies that you invest in work, when you have the strategic investment too and you're helping them go to market, do they have a number of different products that they're working and this is one of them that they're working, or is it focused on the thing that they're partnered with you on?
So the examples, Lavi Bio, they were working on different products actually. They were doing a project with Corteva, I think, on crop protection when they were standalone. And they've commercialized a product or close to commercializing a product with Corteva. So some companies have done other products as well. In some cases, Plantable, I think they're the only product they're doing is this functional ingredient. And then we've also had in the food space other companies where they were working on a platform technology, and we were only focused on one particular type of technology, but they were free to look at other markets and things like that.
And what stage do you invest in companies?
It's typically on the investment stage where seed or Series A type investments. We have a pretty robust M&A process, so it doesn't sometimes, if it's the right company and the right fit. So I think the thesis is the early stage, but if there is a company that is a growth stage company that is has a great fit, I think is also possible in terms of an M&A opportunity, acquisition opportunity, or other partnerships.
You talked about one earlier that you had invested in early on. Eventually, it led to an acquisition. Is that the goal?
Personally, for me, that would be the goal, right? Like to help startup grow and then accelerate it within ICL. That's a great story for us. But I think if we can come up with a product partnership, that also is fine. So I think we want to work together with the startup and also have a mutual benefit. So it's not like we don't invest with an idea that we have to acquire them. So it's just how the thing unfolds, I think. Yeah.
Got it. And I'm going to leave with one last question, which is, how has Thrive been helpful for you?
I think it's been great. One, to position ICL Planet Startup Hub when we started out. I think we've used the platform here to really emphasize our capability and bring in deal flow. I think we've worked with John, Danny, and the team here really to kind of marketing. We had to do some marketing early on to say who's ICL Planet Startup Hub. I think we started with Thrive in doing that. That has evolved into a deal flow type partnership. Our at least 5 or 6 colleagues are involved in the selection process, so they understand and they work with startups, and so it's been a great partnership with Thrive.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So fun to talk to you.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.